Hey everybody, it is Dak here from the Ed Boys, and today we're comparing the Dragon Hunter Lance and the Osmumten's Fang while fighting Vorkath. I recently uploaded a short that showcased my top 5 bosses that I would fight for on Osmumten's Fang rebuild, and on that list I did include Vorkath. A handful of commenters did ask a very valid question: what about the Dragon Hunter Lance rather, which is also very good at Vorkath? Which one is better? First, let's look at the most important factor, the DPS. DPS stands for damage per second, which takes into account your max hit, your accuracy, and the speed of the weapon that you're using. If we take a look at the DPS calc here, with maxed out melee stats and gear, the Dragon Hunter Lance does more damage per second than the Osmumten's Fang, almost 6.5% better, which is pretty significant. If we instead take a look at the DPS difference between these weapons with a minimum setup and minimum stats, you'll see that the Fang is actually slightly higher, though they're pretty much the exact same in the budget setup. The Osmumten's Fang is a very good bossing weapon because it is extremely accurate, but it is slower and has a lower max hit than the Lance. So once you get high enough attack level that you start getting more accuracy with the Lance, plus getting some higher max hits with like your gear and your strength setup, you're gonna find that will out DPS the Osmumten's Fang. Next, we look at the price difference. When I made that short about buying the Osmumten's Fang and rebuilding, the Fang and the Dragon Hunter Lance were almost the exact same price. At the moment of making this video, I see a Dragon Hunter Lance at about 35 mil, while I see the Osmumten's Fang at about 27 mil. The Osmumten's Fang is currently falling victim to a lot of Tombs of Amasket bots. In general, the Fang was not set up to be like a super expensive item, since one of the most common uniques from the Tombs, but the bots are definitely not helping that price either. So in other words, the Fang is not going to be rising in price anytime soon, making the Fang a cheaper investment overall. This means if you don't have enough money for that Dragon Hunter Lance, you could go for the Fang still, and also if you did have enough money for the Dragon Hunter Lance, you could still go Fang and have an extra like 8 mil to spend on other supplies. We have already gone over the damage difference between the weapons, which includes the speed of both the Fang and the Lance, but let's talk about that a little bit more. The Lance attacking at a 4-tick pace actually makes it a lot easier to Wooks walk during the acid phase. You can click every other tick back and forth, or even clicking every tick while running. Either way, you actually get a little bit of wiggle room with the Dragon Hunter Lance. The main thing is that you just have to find one lane that you can actually get some attacks in while walking out those fireballs that Vorkath is shooting. The Fang attacks at a 5-tick pace rather, so you could walk back and forth, but you'll end up slowing your Fang down to being a 6-tick weapon while you do that. You can also walk it out horizontally, similar to Wooks walking with a crossbow, which will keep you attacking every 5 ticks, but overall it's clearly simpler just to Wooks walk and keep your DPS up while using the Dragon Hunter Lance. There can definitely be other benefits for the exact speed of the weapon, but for the most part, Dragon Hunter Lance landing at 4 ticks is more convenient while fighting Vorkath. Lastly, I want to mention how much more useful the Osmumten's Fang is at other bosses outside of Vorkath. The Dragon Hunter Lance can be used against other dragons like the Hydra, Olm's Left Claw, even some chill Rune Dragons grind, but the Fang is helpful against many other bosses like Bandos and Vardorvis and Nex, Tombs of Amasket, even the Corporal Beast. So overall, if you're looking to make money from Vorkath, at maximum pace, Dragon Hunter Lance is going to be a little bit better. It's slightly more expensive than the Fang, so it's not quite as easy to get to. And then the Osmumten's Fang is actually a lot nicer if you're not only trying to Vorkath. If you want to do other bosses at some point, that Osmumten's Fang can help you out with that. That is about it for this short discussion video, everybody. Both the Fang and the Lance do have their pros and cons at Vorkath, making them both viable options for making money from the dragon. The thing that's going to make the biggest difference in how much money you make from Vorkath is just actually sitting down and grinding out those boss kills instead of overthinking it. Thank you for watching this discussion video, everyone. If you enjoyed the video or you just got some useful information out of it, be sure to like and subscribe for more content. I also stream on Twitch, which should be linked on the screen and in the description, and I also have a Discord, which is linked in the description. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and best of luck on your Vorkath grinds.